Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Before we get into this review of Justice League, I just want to let you know about our sponsor. It's a movie called Sir John A. and the Curse of the Anti-Quench. It's about two brothers that save the town of Kingston from a demonic curse where you got to get drunk, otherwise you turn into a demon. It stars John Dunsworth from the Trailer Park Boys, Spenny from Kenny vs. Spenny, and Paul Spence, who you may know as the Diener from Fubar. It's available on iTunes, Amazon, or wherever you get your movies, and you can check it out immediately after this podcast. All right, we're jumping into this 10-minute review of Justice League. I'm hitting go now. So Justice League just hit Netflix, at least it did in Canada. I don't know if it's been on Netflix in the States for a while, but other folks are starting to see it. I've watched this movie in theaters twice.
Oh, geez.
First time because I was really excited to see it. And then the second time because I just didn't believe that it was real and that it was actually a movie. And I thought I might have been hallucinating that it was that bad.
Right. I saw it once in theaters and saw it again in 4K at home.
On Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So you
Obviously
bought
not
it?
mine. No, my friend bought it because he's stupid.
So I don't know about you, but I was a huge Justice League fan growing up as a kid and watched all the Justice League Super Friends cartoons.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've watched a lot. I've watched a lot of Justice League or just like DC animation movies and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with a lot of it. I've read some comics here and there.
DC animation's so on point.
They are.
Like,
there's some really, really good ones out there.
Some great DC animation.
So this movie, directed by Zack Snyder, or AKA Joss Whedon. We don't know really what the real story is there.
Well, the real story is Zack Snyder had the family emergency. It was like, I think his daughter committed suicide.
But again, there's like reports after that about other stuff that he was actually fired from the production prior to that. So I don't really know what the real story is. Let's go with the official story that, Joss Whedon was a friend and he just took over from that.
Yeah.
Now, the beginning of the movie is ridiculous.
He full on, Batman, in this version kills people, which I hate. It's because Batman doesn't kill people. But also he's just full on talking to Alfred.
Yeah.
He says
Alfred in front of the guy and I love the guy. He just leaves the guy alone. But what was that guy doing? The guy had a bag full of stuff and a gun.
And he never arrests. Batman arrests him. Ties him up.
But he never ties him up or leaves him somewhere for the police. No, he lets him go after that. Now there's a couple things that I don't understand. Maybe it's just because I wasn't paying attention properly. But where did Batman know that they're
the parademons are coming?
Yeah. Well, one, I think it's a little bit from the Batman v Superman, but I just mean, where did he get the idea that they're attracted to fear? Where was that brought in? He knows this, and then there's that weird sound that they hear. They're in the air. It's subtle. I never realized it when I watched it at the movie, and then later on, it's that's the sound I heard. I was like, what is that sound? They never explain what that woo woo sound is. They never explain what was that?
I don't know. Apparently,
I'm confused.
There's an hour and some cut out of this movie that was supposed to be part of a bigger movie, and
it shows there's definitely some
this
parts.
was supposed to be two movies,
probably.
Yeah, but they decided to make it one.
It's what, right under 2 hours, or 2 hours exactly? If you're gonna make a movie called Justice League that introduces technically 3 new characters, Cyborg, Aquaman, and the Flash, under 2 hours,
big tentpole characters of the DC universe, right? So
we were introduced to Flash for maybe 10 seconds in the Batman v Superman, which I think is only in the extended version.
He's sort of in the Suicide Squad too. He has a small part in that.
Is that which one is the one he shows up and he's like, oh, this isn't the right time?
That's the Batman v Superman.
Yeah, I don't remember him in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it wasn't the right time to make that movie apparently. There's a lot of bad CGI. The famous Henry Cavill lip caduffle.
Right off the beginning, it starts, and to me, it seemed a little unnecessary.
The CGI?
Well, that scene specifically, there are slightly other scenes that his lip looks questionable, but that specific scene, the phone footage scene, looks absolutely awful, which I thought was weird because you think you'd be able to make that one look better because it's a phone, so you might have gotten away with that quality. But I could have taken it completely out of the movie and it wouldn't have made it look a difference. Yeah. There are some really cool parts of the movie. I really like the part where Superman, they bring him back. Not everything in that part, but me, it's the part where he's holding everybody and the Flash is coming behind him in slow-mo.
He looks at him, he's like...
And then his eyes start... Oh, man, that's really, really cool.
That was a really cool scene.
Even the opening, too, like the music playing, it had that very Watchmen feel to it, which, of course, Zack Snyder... So, Zack Snyder's good visually. He makes things look cool. But I think telling a story that way sometimes just doesn't convey well.
No, I mean, I love Watchmen. Watchmen's still one of my favorites, but like, I don't know, there's a lot of just random stuff that's happening. Like the whole intro with Wonder Woman, like it's cool, but it
felt
doesn't...
like something else was happening, right? I was like, and then I'm like, oh, who are these people? They're gonna come back? No, that's a one-off.
Like I'm really hoping like the guy robbing the bank is Two-Face maybe, and like...
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if Two-Face and Wonder Woman and Two-Face meet? And then he plays a role later in the movie, and no, it's just like... It's a separate scene.
It's only...
That's just there for the trailer to be cool. And I don't know, I just felt like they could have done more with it, you know?
Exactly. I mean, I get it. It was done to introduce her again, but... It could have been a lot more. You could have used that character and brought him back later. You could have used that to,
Yeah.
Why did it have to be a one-off?
Also, Batman, there's a part where he's like rolling around like a turtle on the ground, like he can't get up kind of deal. Like
what? I don't know that.
Yeah, he's like rolling around. He's like having some trouble getting up. And it's like, well, it's not Batman. He's so out of character. Like even old Batman still... Yeah. He's not going to be in a situation.
I'm liking a lot. Some people don't like the suit. I enjoy the suit. Is it Dark Knight Returns?
It's a bit like the Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, it is their version of it. I think it was better utilized in Batman v Superman, although I didn't like that movie. I think
did you see the extended version?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I mean, I watched the extended version, and that's all I watched. And to me, it wasn't that bad. But again, when discussing the movie with people, and I'm like, oh yeah, in this part, and they're like, that's not in the movie I saw. I'm like, what? That's an important part.
Yeah. But I don't know. I really didn't like that. I had medium expectations for this movie for Justice League, and I wasn't. I don't know. I think they have such great characters and such great properties that they're just sort of...
I think that's the problem.
Wasting it.
Either they're... Because all these DC characters are a lot more well known than a lot of the Marvel characters. Like the only one that really anyone knows, I'm talking about 4 Marvel Universe, was like Wolverine. Even then, so Spider-Man was like the main guy. Whereas DC's got Batman and Superman, huge, and then you have the Flash, and then everybody knows about Aquaman because he was a joke.
Yeah, a little bit.
At least people
know about Wonder Woman
about
too. And I mean, now like the television shows too with DC,
absolutely.
They're huge with Arrow and Flash and Supergirl and all that.
And that's another thing where watching the shows,
those are really well done too.
The shows are great, but for some reason they just can't get the
movies to
the good chemistry to work with the films.
You know what? I think the problem is they try to make these massive movies when Batman needs to be a small movie. It needs to be just like a small detective story, like low stakes. You know, and I think same with Flash, and like you can even do it with Wonder Woman, not like a World War One. I think if
I enjoyed that one, I gotta say that's really like our best. That was their best DC.
That was their best
so
effort.
Far. DCEU, yeah.
But if it was a Marvel movie, you wouldn't have liked it. That's what I think. Like if it's a Marvel movie, you wouldn't have liked Wonder Woman because I think your expectations now for Marvel are so high.
I don't know. I mean, like, okay, sure, the new movies have come out. Thor was fantastic. Homecoming was fantastic.
Yeah, that's
Black
true.
Panther was good.
Yeah, I like Black Panther.
To me, it was too overhyped by the time I saw it, and I was like,
oh, that'll happen. Yeah.
Right? That happens sometimes. Whereas of course, with Justice League, I didn't have that. I went in going like, it'll probably just be okay. Which I saw, and I was like, it's better than I thought.
Yeah.
But then it's the rewatching. I feel like it doesn't hold up. The more you rewatch it, the more you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Steppenwolf, man, he does not look great.
And it suffers from the random, okay, here's the bad guy at the end thing of DC. And Marvel's guilty of it too.
Oh, everyone's guilty of it. And that's because that's superhero.
And the swirling garbage in the sky ending like doom and destruction.
Me, it's the Russians, the little family.
It had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing. I'm pretty sure that was part of the reshoots. Like same thing as the beginning. The whole Batman scene at the beginning is apparently a reshoot.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you rate it? Like
solid 3.5 to 4.
3.5 out of 5 or 10?
10.
Really?
Yeah, I did not like.
Damn.
What would you give it?
Like a 5.
Okay.
Probably give it like.
You're on the fence. See, I picked a side.
Yeah, I'm not on the fence. 5 is still bad to me.
Yeah, there it is. That's the 10-minute review. Thanks for listening. Check out Sir John A. and the Curse of the Anti-Quenched on iTunes, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Lost Commentary, on Instagram at Raiders of the Lost Commentary, and like us on Facebook.
I'll be back.